How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to run through my potential 15 and substitutions for the upcoming game between Ireland and England in the first match of the Six Nations. So with the Six Nations coming up thick and fast, it's only literally just under 2 weeks away. It is going to be an absolute smashing game, and I want to run through my potential 15 and I want to hear you guys' thoughts. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and it earns me a subscription, because I just want to provide you guys with the best content physically possible. So please let me know what your thoughts in the comment section below. You might not necessarily agree with all of my selections here. This is just purely my first 15 and my personal view on it, but I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are, who you'd much rather have in instead of any particular player. Right, so without further ado, let's get into it, starting with the forwards. Now, in terms of loose head prop, I can't choose anyone other than the man himself, Andrew Porter. Right, the guy, he's just one of the most reliable scrummagers in the world, and he is just ridiculously strong in open play. He's got it all. He's one of the best in his positions, and I mean, you put him up there with the likes of Ox, right? Personally, I have Ox above him, but if it's not Ox, personally, it's him. Andrew Porter, he's definitely the best loosehead prop in the North, and that's just my opinion. You guys might have other opinions, but personally, I see Andrew Porter as number one outside of over Ox and Che. So yeah, I don't think there's anyone taking that spot away from Andrew Porter, unless he loses both of his legs, an arm, and maybe you try and tie up his other arm to to his body, and even then he might still make that number one spot. So definitely Andrew Porter for me. Second hooker, we have Dan Sheehan. He's brilliant around the park, solid set piece option, and just an all-round difficult player to play up against. He's got such a good mind on him, and he's thick as well. So personally, I really do like Dan Sheehan. Obviously, there are other different possibilities here and there. You have players like Ronan Keller, who he's a brilliant ball carrier, and he is a brilliant player. But personally, I feel he's someone that he would probably be a much better impact coming off the bench around the 50th, 60th minute mark, where he comes in fresh up against these tired legs, and he can really smash into some people. So yeah, number two for me, it goes to Dan Sheehan. Third, tight head prop, really complimenting Andrew Porter, Tadhg Furlong. I mean, again, another world-class scrummager. This is why I feel the scrums for Ireland are going to be so crucial. If they can get both of these in form, they are strong as all hell. You know that they're some of the best scrummagers in the world. And yeah, he's just an absolute phenomenal player. He's got brilliant ball handling skills. His ability to play off the ball as well as on the ball is brilliant, making space, and sometimes just creating those highlight reel tackles. So yeah, he's going to be a difficult one to break down, but personally, tight head prop for me, I don't have anyone other than Furlong. We go for your lock pairing. So we have James Ryan. Now, this guy, he is brilliant. Is a player that I'm really learning to love. The guy, he's brilliant when it comes to lineouts. He's an absolute physical presence. The guy is a monster, and personally, that having that pairing with Todd Ben or Bienne, I can't see a better. I can't really see a better lock pairing, especially for the first test. Obviously, you do have players like Ian Henderson, which again, the guy is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But again, he's a player that I feel will probably be better coming on off the bench. And then you have Kean. No, not Kean Prendergast. What the hell am I talking about? But yeah, you got a couple good players that can really, really make a difference. And sorry about that. My cat is an absolute diva and decided that he needed to get his slave to open up the door for him. But yes, so where was I? Yes, Ian Henderson. I feel he'd be a player that would probably be better coming off the bench. So yeah, that cat completely threw me off. Yes, Tadhg. Well, Tadhg Bernie. Now, this guy is quite possibly my favorite lock outside of Irvin in the world. So, obviously, different side, but if there's ever a versatile player, it's him. His ability to steal turnovers is ridiculous. He is relentless in everything that he does. And then you think, this guy was turned down by so many clubs in the past. Like, if it wasn't for just a bit of luck and someone taking a chance on him, we might never have actually seen him fulfill his potential. Right? The guy is brilliant. Absolutely, absolutely brilliant. There isn't enough praise that I can have for this guy. Watching him is an absolute stunning show to watch. So no way he's not making this this first game of the Six Nations. The pronunciations are catching me, like with the D and the H and the G. I'm gonna learn it eventually, but not today. So I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there with the pronunciations eventually. Now, in terms of flankers, blindside, personally, I got Peter O'Mahony. O'Mahony. He's one player that he is going to bring that experience into the field, right? He is going to bring his leadership, his line-out expertise, and he is really, really going to be able to solidify that line. He's going to keep players in check as well. And, let that age, let that experience mold other people to really set the tone as well. So I got blindside flanker Peter O'Mahony. Second, open side flanker Van der Flier. Right? Van der Flier is the only person. I couldn't drop him for anybody. There is not a single person that I am going to drop him for. Ex-World Player of the Year. The guy, he is just an absolute monster. This guy, he is going to run circles around you. He is going to hit you so hard, you're going to knock you back into last week. This guy, brilliant. Absolutely, absolutely brilliant for club, for country. This guy, he is the full package. Absolutely, absolutely full package. And I believe best open side flanker in the world. Absolute. You know what? I'll take that back. I think he might actually be the best flanker in the world. All right, best flanker in the world. I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are. Who's better than Van der Flier right now? Right? who is better than Van der Flier? I'm genuine question. I'm not going to get butt hurt if you guys call me out on it. I want to know who is a better flanker right now and why. Right? Why are they better than Van der Flier? So let me know in the comment section below. Number 8, again, another player that world class. You cannot say no to him. Caelan Doris. What else can be said? World Player of the Year nominee. Brilliant at club, brilliant at international. The guy is just exceptional. He's a powerful ball carrier. He is a defensive leader as well. He's able to control the game. His interplay is brilliant. You know, just you can see why he's nominated for the best player in the world, albeit the other 3 nominations were Springboks. You got to think what this guy had to do to be put up there, right? Unfortunately, he didn't win. I do think it did go. The decision did go right. Personally, I was rooting for Eben Etzebeth to win World Player of the Year, but if they had to say, Caelan Doris is World Best Player of the Year, I would not have blinked an eye. I would have been like, yeah, damn, 100%. I can definitely get behind that. I think that was so fine. The margins were so fine between this that I could definitely see a shout for Caelan Doris being the best player in the world. And he's only going to get better. It's not like he's really old. He is only getting better. So the world bloody watch out. Caelan Doris, 2025, 2026, he's preparing himself. He's becoming that silver fox. Because when it comes down to that 2027 World Cup, you're going to see Caelan Doris in the best damn form of his life, right? And he's going to be scary. Because the way he's going to be playing, he's going to be playing on a completely different level. So yeah, for me, Caelan Doris, no one else. Now we go into scrum half. Personally, I got Jamison Gibson Park. Obviously, you do have players like Conor Murray, which can do a job, but I think Gibson Park, he comes in with a much quicker tempo. He wants to get things going. He's got very, very precise distribution. He's got a varying distribution as well. And his ability to make things happen, he's very good at doing, right? He's very, very good at doing. So, I don't know. There are a couple options out there, but personally, I have Gibson Park for that scrum half position. Next, now this one I'm not 100% on, right? Because this could go a couple ways, and my gut feeling, my preference would be Sam Prendergast, because I feel his ability, his style, his technicality, his ability, with his feet is ridiculous and well beyond his years, right? But he is also very inexperienced when it comes to international rugby. But he only has a handful of caps to his name, where Jack Crowley, he's a bit more seasoned. He understands what it takes as well. This is going to be a very big Six Nations, because I feel if Sam Prendergast can play the way that he's playing for Leinster and mimic that for Ireland, this could be a breakout. This could be a breakout tournament for Sam Prendergast and really solidify him in getting that position. So honestly, I feel he is the rightful heir to Johnny Sexton's throne. I don't feel Crowley is going to have it, but I do feel Crowley is going to start. I do feel Crowley is going to start for Ireland up against England. So let me know your thoughts whether you think Sam Prendergast should get that nod over Crowley. I would love for Sam Prendergast to get that nod over Crowley, but realistically, I feel Crowley's going to get that nod. I feel Crowley's going to start. And then Prendergast is going to come in a little bit later, switch things up. And personally, I do hope and feel that Sam Prendergast, through the Six Nations, is going to solidify him more, and he's going to become that final, the number 110, and solidify his position closer to the back end of the tournament, and really show why he deserves it. We move on into left wing. James Lowe. What else can be said? The guy, club, country, he's so dynamic. He brings this pace. He brings his technicality. His speed is like, it's actually quite shocking. Because you look at him, he doesn't actually look that fast until you actually realize just how fast he is. And he's no small guy either. He will gladly put you on your backside. But it's just his ability to get into positions, right, is ridiculous. His ability to find placement, to not only where you are able to see it, but to be able to break lines as well, is ridiculous. There's a reason why he made it into the World Team of the Year, and I don't think he's going to stop. He's only going to get better, right? They are preparing for the 2027 World Cup. James Lowe, if he wants to, he will rip up every single bloody defense there is here, and I think he has the ability, right? And honestly, I think he's going to have another brilliant Six Nations. And when you have the likes of players like Van der Flier, the likes of Caelan Doris, the likes of Sam Prendergast, all just there helping and, interlocking with each other and making plays, making space, James Lowe is going to flourish. He is going to flourish in this Six Nations. And like I say, he's only getting better. He's only getting better. Then we move on into the centers. So we have Bundee Aki, inside center. Quite possibly one of my favorite players to watch right now, especially in that center role. You look at what he did in the 2023 World Cup. Every single time he touches that ball, something's going to happen. Once he gets that ball, he's making plays, right? Which is so scary. And as a South African, when I watch South Africa versus Ireland, every single time my heart was in my throat. The moment he touched that ball, I got scared. I got genuinely scared, because every time he touched that ball, I was like, damn it, Ireland are going to score. They're going to score. And that's what he brings. He puts fear into everybody, so that when he gets that ball, something's happening, right? And what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do to defend him? Because there's not much you can do when he wants to, right? And you need the best of the best of the best. And honestly, I feel Bundee Aki is going to have his way with the English. They're not going to know how to handle him. They're going to not know where to go, what to do when he gets on that ball. And I think he's going to drive them so far back, they're going to be in the bloody stands. So Bundee Aki, he's so good at directly running at people. He puts shivers in people. So personally, Bundee Aki, no one else. And I feel sorry for England. I really do. Then we got Garry Ringrose in the outside centre position. So the guy, he's brilliant defensively. He's a very creative attacker. You never know what what's going to happen, what he's going to pull out of his sleeve. And well, if you can call it sleeve, maybe he's wearing a long sleeve shirt. But he is a player that he finds space. He always finds space, right? Always manages to find space, and I think he's going to be the preferred player for England. Well, up against England, I do think he is going to be. I do think he is going to be the player that's really, really going to be able to unlock England. And again, this is just a personal view of mine. The way he plays, his style, I feel he's going to be able to lock to figure out England and to really, really break them. Because I mean, you look at all the players around him. He has all the support needed. He just needs to put it into action, and I think that's something he's going to be able to do. Moving on into Mac Hansen, right wing. Again, just for this, I think he deserves the spot. I think he's going to play well. Yes, England isn't exactly the easiest of teams, and I think he's probably going to get substituted at some point. But the guy, he's a very elusive runner, right? He's able to step you. He will break your ankles quite quickly, and he's pretty good in the air. So you can never discredit him, especially with the under, the up and unders. He's quite a tricky one, you could say. So I think he's going to be. I think he's going to get that nod. Now, Hugo Keenan is brilliant. One of the best fullbacks there is, if not the best fullback. The guy, he is absolutely rock solid under the high ball. He's so consistent in attack. His ability to create an attack out of nothing, his ability to step people, he's got such a package that it's hard to deny that he's one of the best in the world. And this is something you find a lot with Ireland. They are rocking ridiculous quality players, top of the world player talent, and you can see why they were number one for so long before being taken over by South Africa, right? You can see why one of the only teams that South Africa lost to last year was Ireland. You can see why Ireland have an increasingly better record up against South Africa than what they've ever had, right? Ireland keep getting better and better and better. The quality that they're getting from each position is just getting better, right? So that is my 15. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. In terms of substitutions, potential impact players, I have players like Ronan Kelleher, Cian Healy. Cian Healy, I think he's the most experienced player in the squad right now. I can't see him starting. I can definitely see him coming on as an impact player, and his wisdom, his experience is going to help all of the young players like Prendergast and so on, those young players that are still getting their feet wet in this tournament, really starting to gain traction, getting used to what the Six Nations really is and coming to grips with it. I think his experience is going to be essential. Then Finley Bealham, Ian Henderson, Cian Prendergast, Conor Murray, Sam Prendergast, which is up in here and there, depending on Jack Crowley, and then Jimmy O'Brien. So we look at omissions like Robbie Henshaw. I mean, he could slot in if Aki or Ringrose are unavailable, but he might still need a bit here and there for fitness. Jamie Osborne, Calvin Nash, pretty good for depth, but they do still fall behind more experienced players. Joe McCarthy, I mean, he's a very promising lock, but they'll probably rotate Henderson and Vanny. So, I mean, I feel that this is a good mixture of players with experience, youth. I think a lot of these players have been playing together for a good long while and will really, really make a very good squad. But yeah, I want to know what your thoughts in the comment section below. So please like and subscribe, as it really, really does help my channel grow. And I just want to provide you guys with the best content possible. So yeah, like, subscribe, and on that note, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.